Welcome everyone to Whatever You Need, the channel where we dive into the stories shaping the world of Turkish entertainment with a depth, nuance, and curiosity you won't find anywhere else. Before we begin this exclusive dive behind the curtains of a shocking media moment, make sure you subscribe to Whatever You Need, tap the join button to support our growing community, and don't forget to like and comment so we can keep bringing you powerful celebrity stories like this one. Now, let's journey into the whirlwind that shook a set many thought was unshakable. What unfolded backstage last night in the heart of Turkish television could only be described as a collision between silence and detonating truth. Within a production environment usually buzzing with its own familiar rhythm, camera tests, shouted cues, hurried footsteps, all noise was abruptly overshadowed by one unexpected declaration. A single voice emerged, sharp as a blade, slicing through days of speculation. This voice belonged not to an actor, not to a producer, but to the official spokesperson of Çağatay Ulusoy, whose sudden appearance in front of the cameras marked a decisive shift in the narrative surrounding Demet Özdemir. For days, whispers had threaded their way through studios, newsrooms, and social media, painting Demet as the target of unnamed accusations. Nobody knew the truth, yet everyone believed they knew something. But all of that crumbled the moment Çağatay's spokesperson stood before the press and delivered a sentence that echoed like thunder: "The accusations against Demet Özdemir are false and completely unfounded." This straightforward yet monumental line hit the entertainment world with the force of a command, a verbal barricade, a declaration of loyalty, and according to some observers, the beginning of a much larger storm. If you're enjoying this deep dive analysis, remember to support Whatever You Need by subscribing and tapping the join button. It helps us bring you the truth behind the industry's most dramatic moments. What startled insiders most wasn't merely the denial, but who delivered it. Such statements usually come from the accused or their personal team. Yet this time, the defense exploded into the public sphere through the representative of her co-star. In an industry where alliances shift like sand, the move was nothing short of extraordinary. It was as if Çağatay Ulusoy had stepped forward and said, without saying, "If you aim at her, you aim at me." Industry analysts describe such solidarity as rare, even unprecedented. In a world where image is currency and reputation can dissolve with a single careless headline, actors typically retreat into silence when scandals erupt around those they work with. But this time, the silence was shattered not by Demet, but by someone who had nothing to gain and everything to risk. Yet curiosity lingers. What were the accusations? Why this sudden rush to intervene? Sources close to the production whisper about supposed issues of professional ethics or on-set behavior, while others insist the rumors stemmed from malicious leaks targeting Demet's private life. Some journalists framed it as an organized smear campaign. Others suggested it was nothing more than a misguided interpretation of harmless events. Regardless, Çağatay's spokesperson crushed them all with one decisive word: unfounded. This single word has become the defining punctuation mark of the entire ordeal. As news spread of Çağatay's intervention, ripples were felt instantly inside the production space. Crew members who had spent days under the cloud of tension finally exhaled. Camera operators, makeup artists, lighting technicians. They all shared the same sentiment: someone finally put a stop to this. The emotional weight in the room shifted. For the first time in days, people smiled again. According to insiders, rumors had begun to corrode the morale of the entire team. When whispers begin contaminating the energy on set, they don't just threaten reputations, they threaten productions, partnerships, even international deals. Some executives feared the gossip could jeopardize future distribution contracts abroad. Therefore, what appeared to be a personal gesture from Ulusoy also operated as a strategic shield protecting everyone involved. And perhaps just as telling as what was said, was what wasn't. The statement offered no specific rebuttals. No accusations were named. No details were repeated. This wasn't oversight, this was precision. An intentional choice to extinguish the fire without feeding it. Public relations specialists refer to this strategy as controlled silence, a way of refusing to legitimize harmful narratives by engaging with them. Meanwhile, those close to Demet report that this intervention arrived like a breath of salvation. Worn down by constant questioning, by the relentless swirl of social media commentary, and by the feeling that unseen forces were orchestrating a campaign against her, she reportedly felt protected for the first time in days. Ulusoy's support, they say, functioned not only as a public defense, but also as a psychological anchor during a storm she did not start. And so a fascinating transformation took place, not in front of the cameras but within newsrooms. Journalists who had been eager to chase sensational versions of the story suddenly retreated. Some platforms removed previously published content. Others issued corrections. A popular talk show reportedly pulled an entire segment from its lineup overnight. These shifts did not happen by accident, they happened because Çağatay Ulusoy had drawn a line the press dared not cross. One media commentator described the moment succinctly. It wasn't a denial. It was a warning. And here's where the cultural impact deepens. This single declaration effectively erected an unseen wall around both actors. A wall journalists recognized instantly. A wall signaling that these two figures stood not as separate individuals, but as partners maintaining the integrity of a shared project. Those who attempted to stir controversy suddenly found themselves on unstable ground. Yet the most striking transformation happened within Demet herself. Freed from the pressure of standing alone, she experienced a moment of psychological clarity. For days she had been subjected to intrusive speculation, whispered accusations, and commentary from spectators who knew nothing of her reality. But now, she had something far more powerful than silence. She had a colleague willing to step into the storm on her behalf. If this story surprises you as much as it did us, tell us in the comments. Do you think more actors should show this kind of solidarity? And don't forget to subscribe to Whatever You Need for more deep, analytical coverage of your favorite celebrities. In the aftermath of the spokesperson's declaration, a profound message lingered in the air, one that turned into the quiet victory of truth. This entire episode will likely be remembered not for the accusations themselves, but for the way they were countered, swiftly, boldly, and with an unwavering sense of professional loyalty. In an age where false rumors often snowball into destructive narratives, this moment stands as a rare triumph. By confronting falsehood before it could crystallize, Çağatay Ulusoy didn't merely defend a colleague. He preserved the credibility of an entire production and reminded the industry of the strength found in unity. The entertainment world watched, stunned, as a single declarative sentence reshaped the entire story. And when the dust settled, one truth remained standing, clear and undeniable. The accusations against Demet Özdemir are unfounded. This was more than a statement. It was a shield. A stand. A precedent. And a reminder that even in the volatile realm of fame, solidarity can be the force that turns back the darkest storms. Thank you for watching Whatever You Need. If you enjoyed this deep, layered report, remember to subscribe, hit the join button to support the channel, and leave a comment telling us which celebrity story you want us to explore next. Until then, stay curious, stay engaged, and stay with us for everything, whatever you need.